Hello, hello, hello. Great afternoon, everyone. It's Friday, and I am checking in with you for another episode of Fun Fact Friday. Today, we are going to be talking about Mary J. Blige and her boot selling out. What did we learn from this? What did we learn from this as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people who are making money, as people who are saying, I don't know what to do? I don't know how to decide what business to pick. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my industry is. I don't know what I should be doing to bring awareness or make money for my brand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let me just tell you, everything that she did in relation to this boot brand is exactly what you should be doing for your business when it comes time. And I'm going to break that down and talk to you about that in a minute. But before I dive into that, I want you to share this live stream with everybody who you know, love, and care about, who is thinking about starting a business, who has a business, who wants to start a business, who has ever had a business conversation with you, all the entrepreneurial minded people that are in your life. I want you to share this live stream out to them right now. If you don't know me, my name is Sky Harding. I am an international business consultant with BuildingSky Consulting Company. Over the last couple of years, my company has helped over 800 clients worldwide with starting a business, with filing copyrights, with filing trademarks, with creating business plans. We're doing anything you need in relation to business and being in compliance. We're all about being able to establish generational wealth. We're all about being able to have ownership. And the one way that I feel like we can do it as a community is by having a business and keeping our business in order. That means doing the right things, right? Doing everything Mary J. Blige just showed us how to do when it comes to launching a business and having an immediate sellout, okay? So I'm gonna share this live stream real fast. I want you to share it too because I feel like this is gonna bless so many people's lives and touch so many people. I'm just here to give perspective. You saw the headlines, you saw the news, you saw the video of her announcing that her boot line was coming out. But what you don't know is, as a business owner behind the scenes, what goes into that, how all of that comes together, and how you can copy and paste and duplicate. So, the one thing I love about being an entrepreneur is that everybody's journey, everybody's story, everybody's plan is different. Right? It's the only industry where there's no real school you can go to learn anything. It's no There's no book you can read to learn how to become an elite entrepreneur. You can get insight, you can get information, you can learn how to be consistent, you can maybe get a particular skill set. But when it comes down to really navigating the industry of entrepreneurship, there's no blueprint. You can't just do it the way everybody else is doing it because it worked for them might not work for you. That's why I don't give gimmicky responses or gimmicky answers to business owners when they ask me, well, what do I need to do? Well, let's talk about the facts of what you're doing, who you are, how you operate as an individual, who you're connected to, and what it is that works for you, right? Let's talk about how your audience is already responding to you as a business owner, because that's also going to play a part in what we can do to help grow and evolve your business. So I'm not here to give you no one-stop shop gimmicky answers for whatever it is. If you want a more in-depth diagnosis of what you got to do for your business to make more money and to get clients or to sell more products or to get more customers, go to buildingsky2.com or click the link in my bio to get on my calendar today. Okay, get on my calendar today so we can talk about it and develop a more in-depth game plan, because it's not a cookie cutter response for every single business owner. Everyone's going to have a different journey and different things that work for them, right? So without further ado, I didn't share on TikTok. I'm still figuring this TikTok situation out. We're gonna take that mirroring effect off. And now, how do we share this? Okay, boom. I'm gonna share with a handful of people that I see that are here online. Thank you, Reggie EQ, so much for the gifts. You always show up and show out for me. I really do appreciate everything you do for me as an entrepreneur and a business owner and as an unpaid assistant. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you beyond words. Like, you really do a lot for the Building Sky brand, and I appreciate you. All right. So listen. So for all the people who say to me all the time, I know I want to start a business. Thank you, Reggie EQ. Oh my God, dropping the lightning bolts in here. For all the people who say to me all the time, I want to start a business. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know how to select my industry. Like, I can do good here. I do good at this. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't know how to pick and choose. Well, let me explain something to you. You existing and being who you are, when you are unapologetically yourself, will reveal things to you as far as what you should be doing in the world of business, right? When you are who you are and you are true to that and you're doing what you love and you're doing what you enjoy and you're doing things that people are saying and asking you, well, how can I do this? How can I do that? The opportunities will create themselves, right? So Mary J. Blige didn't just all of a sudden over the last couple of years start rocking boots and say, you know what, because I like boots so much, I'm going to make a brand. No, Mary J. Blige always has had a passion for her fashion and has always rocked the shorts and the boot look for a very, very long time. And that's because it's what she loved to do. That's because she was comfortable in that. That's because that made her feel good about herself. She got on them stages wearing her boots because she felt good about it. And people started coming to her for the opportunity. Mary, why don't you come out with a boot line? Why don't you create a boot line? And she was like, oh, maybe because she's doing what she loves, right? She's doing what she loves as an entertainer, as an artist, as an icon, as a phenomenal person who's been through so many trials and tribulations within the industry and her personal life to get to who she is and where she is. So she was existing and being who she is as an individual and being honest and true to herself. And within that, people came to her with the ideas, with the concepts, and said, why don't you do X, Y, and Z? So, how many times do we say to ourselves, I don't know what to do? And people are recommending to us based on what we already are good at or we're already exhibiting in our day-to-day lives, being who we are, our truthful, honest selves. And people are saying, why don't you do X, Y, and Z? And you're pushing it off. How long have you been allowing people to tell you these different things and you're pushing off your purpose because you don't see it for yourself? And she said it. I didn't see it for myself, but I got it and I get it. So not only did she finally agree to do this boot line, she did it her way. People were recommending for her to do it through this area, do it through this company, do it through this brand to make it an everyday shoe, to make it more affordable, to make it more available to different people. She said, I'm going to select my niche. I'm going to select my network. I'm going to select my target audience. And from there, I'm going to promote it to them. So guess what? People who were truthfully watching her, people who were truthfully in tune with her, when she finally made this boot announcement, they didn't ask any questions about her launching or announcing her brand. They went to the website and made the purchase. She said two things. There's an announcement that I wanted to make for a long time, and I've been so excited about being able to make this announcement. But without further ado, I have partnered with Giuseppe to be able to bring to you the Mary J. Blige boot brand. That's it. So, as an individual who was truthfully interested in purchasing the boots in that moment, you didn't need to know a website or whatever. What'd you do? You Googled Giuseppe, you went on a website, you typed in Mary J. Blige, and you picked your color, add to cart, and you checked out. And that is the reason why her boots sold out in 24 hours, maybe even less, right? That's the reason why. So she did it her way. She did it with the brand that she's been rocking for a long time. She's always been a fly girl. She's always rocking name brands. She could have went with any brand to make this price point ridiculously expensive or ridiculously low. And what she did was she made it a luxury brand for a reasonable price. That's what she chose. Yes, Giuseppe is a high-end brand, but you can buy shoes, clothing, boots, whatever from them for $1,000 and it's still within a reasonable budget. So we spend the same amount of money on Prada. We spend the same amount of money on um on whatever other brands you like, right? So what you wanted her to do, people wanted her to do was to make it more affordable so any and everybody can have access to this brand. And what she chose to do was go with a company, go with a brand that was going to help represent her. That was going to be a reasonable price, but still high end, still high luxury, still having people who are not who people who had to be serious. People had to be serious to want to purchase this from her. Hey, good morning. So Andrew Faye says, sound great on TikTok. Thank you so much, Andrew Faye. Mr. Wong says, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Wong. HUF says, I'm ready for that truth. And Reggie Q says, she about to drop those nuggets. So listen, HUF also popped the link into my website on Instagram, which is BuildingSky, the number 2.com. If you want to develop a game plan for your business, go to the website right now and schedule a consultation, okay? I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I want to keep talking about Mary J. Blige because I know for a fact that we are all worried, like looking at her example, okay? So yes, it took a long time. And what I want you to understand is timing is the most important factor here. Timing is the most important factor when you're talking about launching a business. She built the anticipation of this brand for years before she launched it. She let people know what she was doing. So, in all actuality, again, people coming to her, bringing the opportunities, telling her what she should do. She listened. She listened to what everybody had to say. She talked to her advisors. She talked to her business professionals. She talked to the execs and all of everybody else involved. And she said, you know what? Okay, cool. But I want to do it with this and this and this and this and this way. So people kept throwing stuff out there. Oh, she should do it with this company. She should do it with Steve Madden, with Fashion Nova, with Shein, with these brands that are very popular. But what we know about those brands is they're a dime a dozen, right? There's nothing magical or special about those brands because you can find those stuff all the time, anywhere. You could walk into a Marshalls, a Walmart, you could walk into a TJ Maxx, a Macy's, and you could find a lot of the same exact stuff you could see on Fashion Nova and Shein, right? There's no originality there for a lot of those brands. They're really, it is what it is. So what she said was, I'm going to go with Giuseppe because it's originality there. And again, whoever is truthfully interested in being a part of this and having access to this has to have a certain level of finances to be able to even shop here, right? But she didn't say it's a $10,000 shoe. She could have. Some of your other celebrities that you know and love got $10,000, $20,000 collabs and shoes, or they went with sneakers, right? But she stuck with herself. She could have said, "Well, I'm gonna do a shoe line." That wouldn't have been true to who she was. She said, I'm doing boots, not regular old ankle boots. I'm doing thigh high boots. I'm doing the boots that I've been wearing and rocking for a long time. How many times do we try to pivot and shift our ideas and concepts to something else based off everybody else's perspective or everybody else's suggestion? How many times do we do that? Right? We asking for a boot when time comes. Now these recommendations and these options and opinions are coming in, and people are saying we should do shoes. She said, "No, I'm doing boots, and I'm doing them my way." So if you take nothing else from this conversation, understand this: as an entrepreneur, you are better off building the anticipation and building the expectation of your brand and getting the information and resources together to build this thing out the right way than launching a product and figuring out after the fact it didn't work. Figuring out after the fact you got stuck with tons of inventory and now you're trying to figure out how to get rid of it. Now you over here forcing or force feeding these products onto people because you didn't do the due diligence in the beginning in advance to build the anticipation and to really understand who your target audience is going to be and to really understand who you were going to promote and market and brand to. If you build the anticipation, it doesn't matter where you are selling this stuff. It doesn't matter the price point you select. When you build the anticipation, the people who really want that product, they're going to buy it, right? I use it as an example. I use this strategy as an example all the time. The pre-order concept works. So you can start your business without having money by having pre-orders or by having people just see the product available in its final form and saying, oh, at this date and this time, I'll be able to purchase it. And now we're seeing videos and promotions and different things about the product to help us understand what it is we're actually looking at and what you're selling, right? Building brand anticipation is one of the biggest contributors to being able to have a successful launch and also ensuring that these products are selling out. It's not algorithmic like social media, right? So if your only way of marketing, promoting, and branding your business is social media, then you're going to fail, right? Because if social media goes out, we had a couple times where Instagram, TikTok, whatever platforms experience outages. So if that happens and you don't have your own true audience and fan base, what are you going to do to market and promote your brand outside of social media? What are you going to do to run your ads and sell your ads? You have to exist beyond social media to really have a successful business. You have to build an audience and awareness, not just on social media, but in your own way in order for you to have a successful launch and have a successful business. So, again, Mary J. Blige has built her audience. She's built, and not just fans of her music. Hey, Ash, she said, Mary Jane said, hey, Ash on Instagram. She builds her brand before there was a brand, by showing up every day and being true to who she actually was. She loves boots. She rocks her boots. She's doing this. She's doing that. And she didn't let anybody's opinion sway her from doing it the way she wanted to do it. You may not like it. You may not love it. You may not agree with it. But the boots sold out in 24 hours after she made one public announcement. There was no ads on social media saying, buy Mary's boots. No. All she had to do was at one of her shows get up on the stage, make the announcement where it was recorded and put on social media. And before she got off that stage, people was on that website trying to figure out how can they buy these boots, right? So if you truthfully want to launch a business and you want to have a successful launch, you have to build the anticipation. So many of us want to wait until we have a product in our hand. We want to wait until we have this thing before we start talking about it, before we start researching it, before we start figuring out what we need to do to put these pieces together. And oftentimes, by the time you have the product already created, if you didn't do this beforehand, you're going to have a hard time, right? So I have a brand strategy that I have developed just to kind of sit down. Thank you so much. A brand strategy that I've developed just so I can sit down with my clients to really understand their brand, right? To really understand their brand. A lot of my clients think they understand their brand. And this brand strategy makes so many people cry because oftentimes they're like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. We're not just talking about your catchphrase and your logo and your brand colors. No, we're talking about how you can truthfully connect to your target audience and who your target audience is. What do they listen to? Who do they watch? Where are they going? What kind of phones do they have? Where do they eat? What kind of people do they follow on social media? Who are they shopping from? What brands are they already patronizing? The brand strategy is developed so that you can truthfully make a launch plan, develop your brand mission statement, your pitch, and sell this idea. Get the money so you can build this idea out, right? So we always want to wait until we have this product to talk about it. Mary J Blige has been talking about this boot line for years, and a single boot did not exist. She built the anticipation. We are always saying we trust God and believe God to do things for us that we don't see, and we have faith. So are you going to build that business now or wait till you see something? You gonna promote it now or wait until you see that this product is completed, right? The whole entire thing is the whole entire existence of her brand was all about her being true to who she was, speaking it into existence, bringing it to your attention, letting everybody know it's coming. Yeah, I think on these radio stations and interview stations that these people just say, "Oh, when is your boot line coming?" Because they want to know. No, she's telling them, "Ask me about my boot line when I get on this show. Ask me about my boot line when I come over there. If you're not asking me about my boot line, we're not even gonna have an interview, right?" That's building anticipation off of who she is, and not a social media post, and not an Instagram story, and not a reel. Don't get so caught up in social media you forget about connecting to your true audience. You need to exist beyond the platform. Create your own lane. Again, because of the music and her performances and then whatever she's doing, she's been able to promote her own brand. Do the same thing. Don't wait until that thing exists to now start talking about it. Because by then it would have been too late, right? So I always tell my clients to develop a launch plan. You got to be true to who you are. If you are still struggling with how to start your business, or I don't even know what I want to do, how do I select the business? What are you doing right now that you love, that people are asking you about, people are inquiring about, people are willing to pay you for? And you're like, no, I got you, friend. That's your business. That's what God placed inside of you a long time ago to do. That's the thing God placed you on this earth to make money from. And also advocate for his people and also save people's lives in the meantime. That thing that you've been doing all of this time that people are always asking you about, that's your gift. You don't have to sit down with no business coach or no consultant or advisor to discover your gift that God already gave you. It's been with you since the day you was born, since you were in your mother's womb. You don't have to wait until you speak to an advisor to figure out what that's going to be. No, What you need to ask is, how can I make money off of this gift? How can I build a brand off of this gift? How can I launch this business off of this gift? That's the only question. So I don't want to say that I don't like to do this, because I have people in my life who reach out to me all the time as a consultant and ask me, okay, well, what can I do? I always ask, what do you do? What do you do already? Because 9 times out of 10, your brand is already in existence. You just haven't tapped into it yourself. So today for Fun Fact Friday, I want us to do a little bit of self-reflection. Who are you? How can you show up and be that person every single day? Because the brand that you are looking to establish, or the brand that you want to build, is only going to be a reflection of who you are and what you do. My brand reflects me, what I am, what I do every day. I started doing consulting because my clients at the bank were asking for it, because my friends and family were asking for it. It was so many years of doing it for free and giving this service away that finally people kept asking me for it and willing to pay me for it, that I said, you know what? I should probably make a business out of this. Now, starting with just 60 clients, and now we got 800 clients in less than 3 years, and every single person trusts me with their life, because I've operated as myself the whole entire time. This is not something that I had to ask somebody, oh, what should I do? When I was doing it and I felt good about it, and people started saying, can I pay you for it? I said, well, damn, there's money in this. Then I like to get dressed. I like to wear glasses. I like to show up every single day as myself. So as I was doing that, people are asking me, where'd you get your glasses from? Where'd you get this from? So I became a brand ambassador and a brand influencer for other brands that I already, they cutting me a check. I became a brand ambassador for businesses that I already patronize, for brands I already love, for things that people already ask me about. And because of that, I developed it into a business. So again, you already know what God has called you to do. You already know what God has destined you to do as an entrepreneur, but you're looking for everybody else to confirm it for what? You were in your mother's womb and God placed that in you, and you started doing it, operating as that, doing that your whole entire life. You didn't need confirmation. So why do you want the social media age to validate you now? It's Fun Fact Friday. You already have it in you. So again, build the anticipation and they will come. Promote and they will come. I don't get on here begging nobody for a customer. The customers come. I don't get on here begging nobody to be a client. The clients come because I'm going to show up as myself. I got my certifications. I did my research. I did my education. I do this every single day. I've got proven success results from my brand and my clients' brands. They come back and send me clients. Almost every single one of my clients were referred to me by another client. You can't get to 800 clients through media referrals if you're not doing your job. Staying true to who you are authentically is how you're going to build your business. Don't start trying to copy and paste what you see on social media, because that's what's getting likes and views. I don't care if I don't have a million followers. I don't care if I don't have a million views. I got 800 clients that pay me. And on top of that, I know that I can get more because I'm showing up as myself. Build the anticipation. Mary J Blige has shown us that if you build the anticipation, the products will sell out. If you stay true to who you are, the products will sell out. If you trust God in everything that you do, the products will sell out, because that business is going to bring people to salvation. That's what this is about. I don't count the likes, I count the lives. Ooh, I don't count the likes. I count the lives. People calling me, telling me that I changed their life. They can put their child in private school now. They can get that car now. They can get that house now. They can travel now. It may not be a whole lot to you, but that means a lot to me. So again, you already have it in you. Don't go looking for anyone to tell you what that business needs to be. You've been doing it already since you was a little kid. You picked it up and started doing it. Teenager, picked it up, started doing it. Came naturally to you. Don't jump on trends. Be who you are. The reason why BuildingSky is where BuildingSky is because my consulting approach is different. I do it the way God told me to do it, and I do it the way that gets results. I didn't just say, well, the other consultants are doing this. People can't even fathom how I do what I do. How are you international consultant and you don't even do X, Y, and Z? Because I pick my lane. I know what I'm good at. I know what I can do. I know how I've been able to do my own business and make money and help others do the same thing. That's it. And if I'm going to talk about helping you start a business, helping you pick your purpose, start a business, whatever that case is, then I have to help you keep it open. So that's the reason why I then learned how to do these compliances, the annual reports, the trademarks, the copyrights. Why? Because I want to make sure that you can own your stuff and that you can also make money from it and pass this down generationally. That's the reason why I do what I do. But I've been business minded since I was little. Ask my mother how I was always trying to sell my stuff to make some money. Making plates at school, baking cookies, baking pies. Nobody had to tell me, oh, you're having a bake sale. I made my own bake sale. About how many times I had cinnamon buns and cookies at the table in Brentwood High School, or how many times in my elementary schools when I was in Nassau County, those schools there, how many times I had brought something so I could sell it. Tutoring for $1, helping you with your homework for $1 in third and fourth grade. I've always been business minded. I've always been business minded. I was outside in the wintertime shoveling snow to make money, raking leaves to make money. I've always been business minded. I didn't just learn this. People always ask me all the time, how did you learn how to be who you? I didn't learn how to be who I am. I am who I am. I learned how to make money off of it. That's it. So when you are honestly your true, organic, unapologetic self, the brand will speak for itself. That's it. So, what has this taught you? I want y'all to drop some stuff in the comments. What has this taught you? What have you learned from this? What have you learned from this? If social media goes out today, can you still build your brand? If you can't run an ad, can you still go out and get customers? Can you still go out and get clients? Can you still be true to who you are? Walk outside and get a phone number, get an email. Can you do that? I can. And I can teach you how to do that. That's what consultants are for. But I can't teach you how to be you. I don't know how to be you. I can't be nobody but me. Right? So, with that being said, if you are someone who needs support with your business or somebody who wants to start a business, go to buildingsky2.com. Right now is the best time to book our business bundle. It includes your LLC or corporation, your EIN number, your DUNS number, a business email, business phone number, business address, BLY compliance forms. It also includes 2 months of coaching and consulting with me. So I'm going to help you build this brand strategy out. I'm going to help you build this brand strategy out so you can really launch your brand and get the money and get the sellouts and get customers the way Mary J Blige did. It's not hard when you're true to yourself. It's only hard when you are doing it the way other people are doing it to make money. So if you want to start your business or you want to grow your business or you want to trademark, oh, it also includes a trademark and a copyright as well. So BuildingSky, the number 2.com. Book the business bundle today. We have Sezzle on the website, guys. You can split the payments up into 4. I am so excited about that. It's going to help so many people. And you can use code GRADUATE to take 25% off for the rest of this month. All right. So BuildingSky, the number 2.com. If you need to file annual compliances, if you need to be able to make sure your business registration is up to date, all that good stuff, file an annual renewal consultation. If you need a trademark, if you need a copyright, if you need a business plan, if you want the brand strategy, BuildingSky, the number 2.com. Click that link in my bio to get there. But I'm here. Mary J. Blige built anticipation. Mary J. Blige showed us for years and years and years, told us for years and years and years it was coming. So when she finally was in a position in alignment with God, where everything came together to launch her business and her brand, once she launched her brand, it sold out. That was confirmation of her doing exactly what God called her to do. It may not mean a lot to you. Some people could say it's just boots. It's just boots. It's just boots. It's just shoes. But is it? If we dig a little deeper into Mary J. Blige's life, is it about the boots? No, it's about the influence that she's been able to build by being her true self, telling her story, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's about her showing up in them boots even when she had a black eye, showing up in them boots when she was kicked down, when the deals didn't go through, and people said no. She still showed up in her boots and was still herself. That's what it's about. It's about the bigger picture. It's not just about the boots. Do you have that in you? It wasn't about the money. It was about the boots. It wasn't about the likes. It was about the lives. It wasn't about the judgment. It was about the experiences. And it was about her being true to herself. So that's it. I'm done. I'm not talking about it no more because I can talk about her forever and a day and a day and a day. I'm not even a ridiculously huge Mary J. Blige fan, but I'm a huge person. I'm huge and I'm very big on business and businesses that are aligned with God, businesses that are aligned with your truth, businesses that are aligned with you being honest with yourself and other people, and businesses that are in alignment with you doing it on your time, your way. People have been pressuring her for years to launch these boots. She did it when God told her to. And guess what? It sold out. And the next boot will come out when God tells her to launch that next boot. But now she has enough money from these boots to do what she wants to do with the next boot, right? So that's what business is. When it's a gimmick, when it's a, oh, I'm going to do it because everybody else is doing it. When it's a, oh, I'm going to do it because it sounds good and I can make money, but you're not being honest to who you are. That's the reason why so many businesses fail. When you build the anticipation based off of who you are, yourself, and you represent that, they will come. They will purchase. They will sell out every time. Again, the track record is proven. I don't care about not having a million likes. I got receipts of my clients' research. I got receipts of my clients' results. I got receipts of my research, receipts of my results. I don't care about the likes. You don't let people pressure you. And you need to create a space where you can exist and build your brand outside of social media. If this goes down today, how can you still go out there and get your clients? That's what I want you to ask yourself today. And I want you to create something so you can exist outside of social media. So you can represent your brand outside of social media. So you can still be able to get those customers, even if social media goes down. Social media goes down today, my business is still going to exist. My business is not going to stop because I don't do this to get the customers. I do this to bring the awareness and to bring the education. I'm getting customers anyway. The clients that I have referred their friends and their family have referred their friends and their family. They're coming anyway. I don't just exist on social media. So don't build so much around existing in one place. Pour more into being authentically you and doing that in a way that positively reflects your brand so that you can make money. The only questions I want you to ask anybody is, how can I take what God has already placed in me? How can I take what God has already shown me? What God has already given me the ease of doing? How can I take that to make money? That's the only question I want you to ask. I don't want you asking anybody else, what should you do? Ask God that question. And He's going to tell you what you already did. When I was in a position where the pandemic was starting, I walked away from my job before the pandemic. I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I said, God, what am I going to do? Applying for jobs, applying for jobs. And He was like, this position's canceled because COVID is coming. I didn't know what that meant. This position was terminated because that COVID, right? I didn't know what I was going to do. I said, God, what am I doing? What am I going to do to make money? And His response was clear as day. I already showed you. I already told you. Start that business. So that's what I did. Didn't even know people were already looking for me to do this. People already looking for me to be who I am. People already looking for me to show up and support them because the anticipation was built being authentically myself. So, all in all, God has placed something in every single one of us to do. Don't ever ask somebody else what you should be doing to make money. What are you doing already that you know and you love and would do for free? How can you use that to make money? How can you use that to build God's kingdom? How can you use that to build awareness on what your situation is or what your purpose is? Don't ask nobody else for what you should do to be a business owner. You already have it in you. All right? So, with that being said, I gotta go now. I gotta go. I'm gonna be on here all day. BuildingSky, the number 2.com to book your business bundle, to book an annual no consultation, to file your annual compliances, to build your brand strategy, to do whatever you have to do in the world of business. BuildingSky, the number 2.com. I would love to help you. Don't forget to use code graduate, take 25% off. And I promise you, build the anticipation and they will come. All right. Have an amazing, amazing Friday. If this has blessed you, touched you, encouraged you, share this with 3 people. That's it. Just three. Just 3 people. Follow me on all social media platforms. BuildingSky, the number 2 on BuildingSky, the number 2 on YouTube. BuildingSky, the number 2 on Snapchat, Facebook. BuildingSky, the number 2 on everything. All right. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday for Million Business Monday. Bye. 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 Bye.